Say it, buddy.
You're so cute.
Today we're in Venice, Italy, and I could not be happier. I love this place. It is my favorite city in the world. I came here once when I was in high school and I just fell in love with it. It's totally unique. It's just such a cool place. I'm really happy to be back. Behind me is the Rialto Bridge. It's one of the most stereotypical and popular spots in Venice. If you've seen a picture of one of the canals in Venice, it was probably taken from that bridge. That being said, it's a really beautiful spot. It's filled with people, but that's okay because it's actually really nice. So this is the other side of the Rialto Bridge. Not as pretty.
I think it is pretty.
But it has way less people, so you still think it's pretty?
I think it's still pretty, you know. You don't have to walk through the crowds to be able to, you know, get a spot out here and see, you know, the gondolas and stuff.
So now we're going to the Rialto Market. It's a major market over here. It's got fresh fish, it has all kinds of vegetables, just all kinds of food and things like that. If we had an Airbnb here, I would be very tempted to buy some fish and then cook it in the Airbnb and just like make our own food, because that sounds very nice actually. You know, the freshest fish you're gonna get.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
That's a lot of grapes.
I know.
I don't know how much kilo is, so I just thought half of it. Thank you.
So wash it, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know how much kilo was, so I was like, oh, half a kilo, because it's at €5 for a kilo. So I'm thinking like, half a kilo, that's a good amount.
Right, right. No, yeah, I agree.
I just wanted a snack. We don't need this many grapes.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
Let's clean them really quick. They literally smell like the, how you say that juice in well, in Spanish you say huelchito. So it's
grape juice?
the grape juice, but like, you know, that specific brand, like, is it Welch, that's what you call it?
Yeah, Welch.
Yeah.
Or Welch's?
I don't know.
I don't know now.
Well, that's exactly how it smells.
That's how it looks. Like that looks
smell it?
like the grapes from the, yeah, I do want to smell it. Oh
You
wow.
see what I mean?
Oh wow.
I'm very excited about this.
These are the grapes they make wine out of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like these aren't like the grapes in the States. I don't like grapes, but I saw these and I was like, these are like cartoon looking grapes. I gotta get these. This is good. This legit tastes just like grape juice. Just, it's insane. Fishy. So this part is the fish market. They got all kinds of fresh fish. You can definitely smell it, but fresh fish. Then you got lobsters. You got whatever that thing is. You got all these weird looking things. So that's one of those water buses you can take from the airport. We didn't do that because we didn't come from the airport, but that thing is packed. Or you can take one of these, which is like a water taxi. Costs like 4 times as much apparently, but it's your own little taxi. And you look like James Bond while you do it, so if you have the extra cash, do the water taxi. You look like James Bond, you know? Gelato break. Woo! I won't lie, I've eaten way too much much gelato. I'm not really much of a sweets person or an ice cream person, but I pretty much have been eating gelato every day. This is the square.
Oh my god, it's so pretty.
This is St. Mark's Square. Behind me, you have St. Mark's Basilica, the main cathedral in Venice. Over here, you have St. Mark's Bell Tower. It was originally used as a beacon for other ships to come in and be able to find Venice. The top of it was actually gilded so that it would shine and reflect the sunlight so you could see it from a far distance. It was also used as a watchtower for invading ships coming in to possibly attack Venice. Right next to it, that building in the middle, is the Doge's Palace. The Doge was basically like the president of Venice. This is St. Mark's Basilica. Unfortunately, it has the construction up here, probably a restoration, cleaning type deal. Unfortunately, it's one of the side effects of coming to these historical cities in Europe. You never know whenever part of it's going to be covered in scaffolding, so it's kind of a shame. But you can see the Basilica is honestly one of the coolest cathedrals probably in all of Europe, in my opinion. You have the gold, you have all the statues. Inside is even more beautiful. Unfortunately, we're not able to go inside because it's too late in the day. It apparently closes in about 10 minutes, and the line is about an hour long, so we're not going to get to do that, but it's okay. They just proposed. Congratulations, guys.
Oh, that is so cute.
So this is the Doge's Palace. And in today's world, Doge means the meme dog or possibly cryptocurrency. But in Renaissance Italy, the Doge actually was basically the president of Venice. Venice, like most other Italian cities during the Renaissance, was actually ruled in a type of democracy with a council or a congress, whatever you want to call it. So the Doge in Venice was actually elected by the council here in Venice, and he would serve a term as essentially president. So this would be his home. I mean, this man lived like a king while he was in power. So being a Doge was a really, really big deal. So I like golden ceilings and paintings as much as the next guy, but this stuff is really cool to me. Look at the little guy. Something that I find really funny and pretty cool about Italians, but Venice in particular, in the Renaissance is, I mean, these are arrow quivers, and they are highly decorated. They're painted, they have, you know, I mean, that must have been expensive to do. There's absolutely no reason to decorate your arrow quiver. It just holds arrows, but they wanted to kill you in style, so I love it. It's awesome. So that bridge right there is called the Bridge of Sighs. That's the prison right there, or the dungeon, whatever you want to call it. And this, I suppose, would be the room where they would be sentenced. So the bridge is called the Bridge of Sighs because of two stories. One is that a prisoner would be basically sentenced, and that would be his last view on that bridge. As you can, there's a little window you can see outside. And it would be his last view of Venice before he dies, basically, in the prisons. The other story is that you take a gondola ride underneath it, and you sigh because it's beautiful, and you get married, or I don't know. It's more romantic, but I kind of prefer the more violent one.
Yeah, it seems like it makes more sense.
So now we're entering the prisons, or the dungeon. of the Doge's Palace. So that was the Doge's Palace. It cost 30 euros per person. It's probably the most expensive ticket that we bought for any kind of attraction or event in Italy. But I would say it's worth it. It's actually pretty big. There's a lot to see, a lot of art, a little medieval museum, and then with all the dungeon and everything else. It was actually really neat. But now we're hungry. Mostly Ariana's hungry. We're gonna go get some food, find a snack or something. There's a little Venetian, I guess, appetizer. It's really popular. And there's also a little drink called Spritz that I want to try. So we're gonna get some of that, take a break, and then keep exploring the city. This is, how do you say this?
I don't know. I'll probably butcher it if I say it.
Cicchetti? 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 I don't know. This is a traditional Venetian kind of appetizer.
This is extra fishy. Like, extra.
It smells very fishy.
Oh.
So, Spritz is a traditional Venetian drink. I guess it was invented here. It's very common here. I see people drinking it left and right on the streets. I mean, they're probably all tourists and just like me. It's like, oh my God, it's a traditional Venetian drink. You have to order it. But I'm one of those people, I guess. It's like a wine with club soda, I think, and bitters. I don't really know what bitters is. I'm not a bartender, but I don't know. We shall see.
No?
Yeah, it's fine. It's very refreshing. It's not bad. It's not great.
It doesn't taste like much.
It doesn't taste like much. It tastes very watered down. The more spirits that I drink, the less I like it. It's not that great. I would rather just have some regular wine like this. It's fine. It's nothing special. It's just like a fruity little, I don't know. It looks nicer than it tastes. So it turns out the 30 euro ticket that we bought for the Doge's Palace actually includes like 3 other museums, so it's like 4 in 1. So that makes the $30 price actually a lot less painful. That's actually way more worth it than I thought. I mean, I was happy with just the Doge's Palace alone, but to include the other museums, that's pretty cool. So we're gonna go check those out. Museums were pretty cool. It's kind of a 3 in 1 or 2 in 1, I guess. It was pretty interesting though. Had a lot of classical art, a lot of 1700s art and stuff like that. Pretty interesting. So it's just about sunset and we got tickets to go up into the bell tower right at sunset. So it should look pretty nice. Getting that time lapse was incredibly stressful. I set the camera up on the ledge and I was so afraid somebody was gonna like bump it because everyone's going up, you know, taking pictures. And I backed up out of the way so that I wasn't like blocking everyone else from taking pictures, you know, trying to be nice and everything. But I was so freaking worried that like somebody was just gonna drop their phone and like knock the camera off or just bump it with their arm and it just would go flying. The camera was up there for 30 minutes and the whole time I'm just like biting my nails waiting, you know. That was stressful. On the bright side, it worked, camera didn't fall, and now that we're back down, I mean, look at the square. Like, it's all lit up. You got bands playing. This is really nice. Now it's time to get something to eat, get some dinner, and head back. Finishing off the day with a little dinner right next to the Rialto Bridge and the Grand Canal. It's a really good way to finish this trip. This has been a great day. I love Venice. It's still just as amazing as I remembered. It's so unique. It has so much cool history, which of course I like, but also just the feel of it, the canals, just the whole vibe of this place is just fantastic.